Hey everyone, it's Jeff Douglas here, Doctor of Physical Therapy, Certified Athletic Trainer, and I'm going to go over a quick routine that you can do to strengthen your hip external rotators, all right? So in the golf swing, we like to load the back hip when we get back here, and then as we initiate the downswing, we get our hip here goes into external rotation, and when you look at EMGs, how much muscle activity, we get a lot of activity coming from our deep external rotators on the move here. So I'm going to show you a specific strength development for the deep hip external rotators. But first, a simple warm-up you can do is just to warm up the hips is where you can just sit here and almost hit 3 points of contact here, pivoting around the hip here, just getting some blood flow there, loosening up some of the muscles, and just preparing the body for a workout here. Okay, so it's just 3 pivots, spots. This is just loosening up the left hip right now. Okay, do that about 10 times. Come here, get all the way internal, coming all the way to external rotation. Again, very light, easy. This is not strength training right here. This is more just mobility and a warm-up, okay? So after you do your 10, which I'm not gonna do a full 10 here, what you're gonna do is we're gonna start doing hip airplanes, okay? So hip airplanes is a hip hinge right here, and we're going to pivot on the hip here to stretch out the external rotators here. And then what we do is we contract them to create strength, or to strength train them, okay? So here, up. And so you can use something like this to balance. You can use like a wall, you can use a chair, sit there, but you want to keep yourself in a nice hip hinge position. Let that hip drop, feel a little bit of stretch on this outside hip, and come up. Come on down, come on up. Let me show you a front view. I'll do my left side. Hinge back, loading this hip here. Drop the one side till you feel a stretch. Externally rotate, and you're gonna do this on both sides. Most of the power comes from your trail leg, but we should keep everything even as best we can with this exercise. So for strength, it's gonna be a little slower motion, and we want to add more load to it. So learn how to do it body weight, but then what you can do is you can take a dumbbell or a kettlebell, and now we can add some external load to it. So we're here. Now that stretch in that right hip is a lot more intense, and then I'm gonna open up. And I'm making sure that my rib cage and my hips are moving together. It shouldn't be I twist up here or only my hips go. They need to move together when we're doing this. And you're probably really gonna want some kind of object when you add load for balance, okay? Make sure you're also grabbing the feet in the ground, rooting into the ground when you're doing this, okay? So strength reps and ranges are usually about 3 to 4 sets, maybe 5, at about 6 to 10 reps, because we're trying to build strength with it, all right? We want to be able to do more load versus reps. So that's the hip airplane. Now, what we're going to do is put a strong band on, put it around your knees. Then we're going to hip hinge again, but we're gonna let one leg come in and kick it out. One leg in, kick it out, side view. Hinge, one leg in, kick it out. So this is internal, external, internal, external. So I'm strengthening my external rotator here, okay? Some might say it's like almost like the stanky leg dance here, but you gotta keep that foot down and come out. Now, I don't wanna see this foot roll either when you're doing this. Keep the foot grabbing the ground, in, out. Same thing here, in, out, in, out. We want a strong band on this one. So again, rep range, 4 to 5 sets, 6 to 10 reps there, but we need a strong band for that one, okay? Next, put it around the ball of your foot, okay? The ball of your feet there. Hinge. Hinging is kind of a common theme, right? Because we're trying to load that posterior chain. And all we're gonna do is just do small steps here, back and forth, and you're gonna feel a great burn here. Again, because we're going strength, use a stronger band. You shouldn't be able to do 20 of these without feeling a great burn on this. Okay, and so we're doing hip abduction when I step out, but we also, by putting the band on the ball of my foot here, when you take a step, you're naturally, your foot's turning out a little bit, which is working that external rotation way up the kinetic chain there in the hips. So that's why we want on the ball of the foot when we do that exercise. All right, so we've gone through a warm-up with our 3 points. We've done the hip airplane. Okay, I've showed you body weight, and I've shown you loaded with a dumbbell or kettlebell. I've showed you band on around the knees, external rotation here, and then I have banded lateral walks with the band around the ball of the foot, so we have a little more external rotation component to it. Okay, the last I'm going to show you that you can do for some strength training in this motion is we're going to take a kettlebell, and all we're going to do is we're just going to rock it and twist. Twist. Squeeze that glute and fire it. Boom. Shift your weight back. Boom. Shift your weight back. Boom. Okay, and just like in the golf swing, there is a pressure shift backwards, right? So this works on that pressure shift, and then we're just working on firing it, right, this way to work on building, again, more strength and working on that nice pressure shift that actually happens in a golf swing. All right, and you should do it the other way. So now I go left, fire the right, or left hip, fire the left hip, fire the left hip. It's gonna feel a little more unnatural if you're a right-hander, okay? So the opposite side is not gonna feel as natural, but you still can do it. So here, boom, boom. And again, strength training, get a heavier kettlebell. You could take a dumbbell too and do it. I like kettlebells more with it. And then if we get into more explosive training, then you should probably go with a lighter kettlebell, and then we're working on a quicker, boom, boom with it. All right, so I'll show you another video of modifications of how we can then turn all these into a more of an explosive power development day for the hip external rotators. Hope this helps. Hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, please let me know.